How's it going, my good old friends of YouTube? It's Das here. Welcome back to another video. So it's an all over the place type of day in the stock market today. The S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ 100 all went down 0.1%, and somehow, some way, the Russell went up 0.3%. So today we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the markets, and overall where my head is at right now as a trader, as an investor. So sit back, relax, smash that like button, get your $50 from M1 Finance, your 2 stocks from Webull, and check out my Patreon for all my buys, sells, call outs, my Discord access, private channels for Discord, and you guys get a morning update video on Patreon. All of that is linked down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So pre-market today, even though the markets didn't have the best day, we sold off. SPY ended up hitting another all-time high. That was hit at $453.74, and the same comes down to QQQ, or for QQQ. It hit an all-time high at $382.33. And you notice both of these ETFs, which track SPY, well, SPY tracks the S&P, QQQ tracks the NASDAQ 100, both of them ended up pulling back towards the 50 SMA here on the 20-day chart, despite hitting that all-time high. So the way things went down today is we hit the all-time highs, right, on QQQ and SPY, and then we sold off pre-market, and we're a bit choppy throughout the day above the 50 moving averages. So overall, on both of these ETFs, the uptrend's maintaining. So we have to see whether or not we end up seeing a big leg up at some point this week above the 50 SMA, maybe to a push for it to push back to all-time highs on QQQ and SPY, or if we break under the 50 moving averages on this 20-day chart on both of these ETFs, they could be going down to the 180 SMAs. For QQQ, that would be around 374, 375, which is also where we consolidated back in the end of, that was about a week ago, end of August. And for SPY, it's around, let's take a look here, 447, 448, right around that 180 SMA, and that's where we consolidated about a week ago up until about a couple of days ago. So it's looking bullish still, guys, even though we're pulling back, and quite honestly, this is just merely a healthy pullback. Very, very healthy. So nothing too crazy, but we got to get ready for what's next. What are we going to do around the 50 SMA for SPY and QQQ on the 20-day chart? That is the million-dollar question. So let's talk now about some stocks. And if you all are enjoying the video and you enjoy all the content here on YouTube, I'd really appreciate you guys. Smash that like button, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and let's talk now about some stocks that I'm looking at. Number one is CrowdStrike, ticker symbol CRWD. And I talked about this in the Discord chat. I said there is no way CrowdStrike could go higher. I mean, sure, it could. Anything's possible, but the earnings would have to be ridiculous for this to go higher. Considering it was already at an all-time high, it's been breaking out the past couple of trading days from 233 to 290. It had to take a crazy report for it to go higher. And lo and behold, the stock is down about $13 after market hours. In other words, it is down, let's take a look here, about 7%. Wow, that's a pretty big drop. And they did EPS of 11 cents versus 9 cents estimated, so they beat EPS, and revenue came in at $337 million versus $323 million, so a double beat for CrowdStrike. And I believe their guidance, let's take a look here together, guys. They see Q3 EPS of 8 to 10 cents versus 9 cents estimated, sales of around 358 to 365 million versus the 350 million estimated. So they say the sales and the EPS guidance is up above estimates for Q3. That's solid. And we see the full year 2022 EPS of 43 to 49 cents versus 4 cents estimated. So that is a lot higher for full year 2022 compared to the estimate, and sales came in for full year 2022 guidance of 1.39 bill to 1.41 bill versus 1.36 bill estimated. So pretty good guidance there. And again, I'm not too surprised we're selling off, even though we had good guidance and the double beat, because this stock, let's be honest, was pretty much priced to perfection. It really was. The stock is up $60-$70 per share in the past couple of trading days. It's up from 168 back in March to 290. That is a huge move. So at this point in time, this pullback could potentially be an entry point. Whether we hold 270, which was resistance from July all throughout the middle of August, 270 might hold as support, or if that breaks, we might go to the moving averages at 255, 260, and that might end up holding as support, which it has in the past, and that could be an entry point. So overall, I'm looking at CrowdStrike between 255 265 roughly as a potential dip buy. But as always, whenever we see a falling knife in the stock market, I like to let the dust settle a bit. So I'm going to let the dust settle a bit on CrowdStrike. And Walgreens Boots Alliance, WBA, is another one that I'm looking at right now. This ended up exploding today, up over 4%, and I'm not sure what the heck was the catalyst. There's definitely a catalyst. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I forgot. U.S. World Meds reaches agreement with Walgreens to make immediately available, I'm not even going to butcher that. It's a drug, obviously, in pharmacies across the nation, and this is up because of it's an opioid. I can't even say that word. Opioid. There we go, guys. Jeez, withdrawal tablets. So I'm assuming, obviously, that is what the drug is there. So we're seeing a huge pop in Walgreens, up over 4%. Now it's trading above both moving averages. We're noticing a golden cross as well. And if we pop up this yearly chart, we're noticing the uptrend continuing, right? Higher low, we consolidated pretty much all of July into August. All of August, we consolidated above 45, 48, $50. Now we're looking to make that next big push, mid to high 50s. So I'm watching WBA for exactly that. Maybe for... Geez, I'm choking here, guys. Maybe for a move up to $55, $57 per share. That is where we could be going. And mind you, I still have the CV. Guys. I'm feeling a lot better, but maybe that's why I'm choking on my words a little bit. So there could be another 8 to 10 upside percentage-wise points from where we are right now on Walgreens. Tesla is also looking to break out, even though we didn't get the huge leg up quite yet. We're getting there. We're trading above the moving averages. Tesla had a 0.7% green day today. We broke above 730. We closed above 730. We closed at 735 to be exact, which is awesome. And now we're trading at about a 4.5 month high, which is awesome, especially if you hold Tesla, which I personally hold Tesla stock. I've mentioned that many times here on the YouTube channel. So I'm looking to see if this push continues. My next main target on Tesla is 780, 785, 790, which was the high point from the middle of April. Maybe we go 745, 750 in the meantime, which was the high point from the end of April. And then from there, we might go to 780, 800. So watch out for that. StarBucks is another one that is absolutely on fire right now. If you guys are in my Patreon, you know that I sold out of StarBucks, my long-term StarBucks position. I thought, quite frankly, it was getting a little bit overvalued. I ran some numbers on it, and it was a bit overvalued. So I ended up locking in. My average was about $80. Locked in at 115, made a nice 35% gain on that in about a year. And this is a stock, StarBucks, that I was buying in the crisis, during the maybe not during the crash, but after the crash. No, it definitely wasn't during the crash. It was after we recovered a bit. I was buying in the 70s, low 70s, mid 70s, 80s a bit, with my average being at about $78, $80. And I really thought this stock would rebound aggressively, and it did in hindsight, obviously. and I'm very happy with it. And now looking at it on the 4-hour chart, we saw a nice push today of almost 2%, closed under that 180 SMA, and we closed under about 118, which was the high point from the middle towards the end of April. So for me, guys, I'm going to put my alert at 118.50. If Starbucks could break out of those high points from April and it could break out of that 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart resistance, this is going to be a winner in my opinion in the very short term. We could catch a trade on it, maybe back to the mid-low 120s. So watch out for Starbucks. Five Below is another one that I'm looking at. They report earnings tomorrow. I guarantee you guys we'll be covering the stock tomorrow, so make sure to subscribe. They report earnings after market hours, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, they do. And at this point in time, the stock broke out. This was about a couple days ago, broke out from 200 to 237, got overbought, and now, like pretty much all stocks that get overbought, they sell off. We see pullbacks, and that is what we're seeing when it comes to Five Below. The stock is down $25 over the past couple of days, down about 11%. And the closer it gets to the 180 SMA to $200 per share, the more and more intrigued I am to maybe hop in. And I'm going to wait until after they report earnings like I always do. Hopefully they crush it. Guidance is great. And hopefully the stock doesn't make too crazy of a move so I don't miss the move. That'd be a perfect scenario. Let's say if it got to 200, they beat EPS, guidance, revenue, all that good stuff, and the stock didn't make too big of a move so we could end up getting in afterwards. That is kind of the best case scenario. So the next stock here is AMC, which is breaking out. Today it went up 9%, up almost $4 per share. And we actually called this out yesterday on Patreon and on YouTube, if you guys caught that. We called out the ascending triangle here. We were uptrending into the 45 resistance. 45 was resistance yesterday and a couple of days ago and a couple of months ago, I believe, weeks ago rather, in the middle of July. We struggled at 45. So we broke out of the ascending triangle as planned. Now we're looking to take the highs out from the end of August, 5-6 days ago, which I believe will ultimately break $48. And after that, $50, $51 is coming. That is where I truly believe we will be going, followed by maybe $52, $53 per share. GameStop is another one which is looking to break out as well, guys. This is very attractive. Watch it. I'm telling you guys, the ascending triangle is playing out. We've been uptrending ever since the 19th of August, so about 11, 12 days ago. We've been uptrending, but we've kind of seen a sticking point between 220 to 225, 215 even. That is where we struggled yesterday, last week many times, and now we broke above 215, closed above it. Now we're looking to push 220. And the way an ascending triangle plays out is boom, we see a huge leg up. And where could we go after GameStop? If GameStop sees that leg up, I'm thinking mid-200s, high 200s is where this could go, which is where we were testing back in June, mid-June, early June. That is where I think we could ultimately be going here on GameStop. And I've been hearing a lot of, chatter here in the YouTube community and Wall Street Bets about Tattooed Chef. And I didn't get to do a huge deep dive on it. I watched a little bit of Jeremy's video, Financial Education. Go check it out. He talked a little bit about it. I have to actually finish that video after I watch, or rather film and upload this video. He was talking about it. And it looks like it's already moving. The stock went up 0.7% today. It closed at 21.17, and now it's making a drastic move after hours. It's up almost $1 per share after hours, or in other words, it is up about 4 or 5%, and this could very well be the start of the breakout, guys. It could very well be the start of a huge move on Tattooed Chef. And what did I say in my most recent video? That might have been yesterday, the day before. I forget exactly when I made it, but I told you guys, if Tattooed Chef breaks 22, it's go time. 22 was resistance earlier in August, also back in the end of June, early July. If 22 breaks, and it was also resistance back in the middle of March, if this point breaks, Tattooed Chef's going to $24. And the funny thing is, I was thinking about writing some, writing, selling, whatever, selling some covered calls on Tattooed Chef to get some income. But now that I'm seeing this stuff, guys, about, Wall Street bets, maybe a huge move, I'm not going to do that anymore. Because I don't want to miss out on the potential upside. Because with covered calls, right, you set your strike price, and if it doesn't hit that, perfect. You keep your premium, you keep your shares. But if it hits that, you get assigned, right? Or, you have to give your shares away, you miss out on the upside. So let's say it's squeezed to $30, $35, and I got rid of it at $25, I would miss that $5.10 per share extra upside. So I was thinking about doing covered calls, selling covered calls, but no more. Not anymore. I'm not going to do it. Or maybe I changed my mind. We'll see. But overall, that's pretty much it, guys. CrowdStrike, Walgreens, WBA, Tesla, Starbucks, Five Below, AMC, GameStop, Tattooed Chef. These are the stocks that I'm looking at right now. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, and check out my Patreon. If you guys want more access to me, my buys, my sells, my call-outs, all in real time, more access in terms of a private Discord channel, 2 channels actually, that's on the Patreon, and you get a morning update video every single day throughout the trading days, throughout the week. All of that's on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. That's StockSurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $50 from M1 Finance or 2 stocks from Webull. Free money, link down below. And check out my video from earlier. I'll pop it up here. I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.